Hello and welcome back to another video. In this video I wanted to talk about sin. Now Aristotle has famously said that virtue leads to goodness, and virtue is something that leads you towards a calmer and tranquil life. Now this realization that virtue actually benefits you in life can be had only when you have understood, when you have gotten a taste of what a peaceful life looks like. If you've never experienced a peaceful life, then you might be in for a surprise. Because there is a way to live life, and if you live this life in a virtuous manner, if you follow goodness and if you follow virtue, then you will eventually find yourself in a very peaceful, tranquil, calm, fluid going life. Your life only becomes chaotic when you commit a sin. Now, sin may be a very harsh word for what I am pointing out here, but let me use this and let me use the wisdom that our prophets and our sages have imparted on us. Now, why do these prophets and sages say not to gossip? Why do they say, why do they preach not to lie? Why do they say not to have promiscuous sex? Why do they preach not to drink alcohol? Why do they preach against violence, against aggression? There must be some reason for it. Surely they don't have anything to gain from it. What will they have to gain from it? If a person is gossiping, what, what does a sage or a prophet has anything to gain from it? But if you look at it this way, when you look at it closely, their words are coming from wisdom, and wisdom comes from experience. Now, when you have committed a sin, your mind becomes chaotic. The, the problem with gossip, the problem with lying, is closely related to the psychological problems that we have, especially in this day. When you gossip, when you lie, you are creating a false identity, and you're trying to protect this identity. You're creating relationships that can be very toxic if you start gossiping about these people. And you can notice this closely when you experience it. Try doing it. Try gossiping about a person and then meet the person again. Look at how the mind will react to all of that. Look at how the mind will judge the person. Look at how you become either submissive or, or dominative or aggressive even to that person. Now, the mind works on some laws, and the basis of these laws are the moral laws. When we are young, we usually ignore them, we try to question them. We think that the society is trying to impose it on us for their own sake. We usually project this thing outwards towards the society, towards our parents, towards the people who are imposing morality upon us. And we commit a few sins. We might go against the rules. And of course, these sins are very pleasurable. There must nothing be wrong in it. What harm can be done when you are just having fun yourself? The harms and the effect of a bad deed usually comes later on in life. You will find that everything comes at once. Hell and heaven have a taste here, and you will be glimpse. You can glimpse them here. You can glimpse hell here. glimpse heaven here too. For it is not sure, I am not certainly sure whether there is hell or heaven after we die, but I am sure that hell and heaven are here. If you commit a sinful act, you are eventually going to be in a state of hell, in a state of psychological trauma. When you are in that state of psychological trauma, understand that it may be because you might have committed some sin. Now, if a person commits a sin against you, if he lies to you, or if he gossips about you, or if he deceives you, then you will have a courage. If it traumatizes you, you will have courage to face them. But if you commit a sin against a person, you will be traumatized, will not be able to sleep. If you curse someone, there will be endless sleepless nights. If you deceive someone or lie to someone, steal their property, you won't sleep, you won't be able to sleep. Because conscience is inbuilt in our nature. Goodness and badness is inbuilt in our nature. Now, when you lead a good life, when you lead a virtuous life, you'll find that your life is peaceful, and tranquil, and calm. Of course, you may not be having a lot of materialistic gains because this world is set up very wrong. Our systems are set up such that a person who is able to bend the laws is able to get higher up and gain material success. A person who leads a virtuous life may not gain any material gain. He might even be poor, but there will be a tranquility in his life. If you witness, he won't be aggressive. He won't be in hatred towards others. He'll be peaceful. He'll be calm. And his family will be peaceful and calm. And those are the people who live a very nice life, a very good life. And people usually, unfortunately, people who don't even know that there might be a chance of a peaceful life. Sometimes I'm too surprised. I'm surprised by the amount of peace and tranquility that can come when you just follow the moral law. The sins and their effects will of course take place, but eventually all the impressions will die out on their own. If you don't put them into action, all your desires will go away, all the passion, all the aggressiveness will go away, and you will be able to live a very tranquil life, a very peaceful life. You'll become more creative and you'll have more energy in your life. You'll be able to do 10 things in a day and still have energy to do more. You'll create art and your desire will move towards higher things. It will move towards higher knowledge. It will move towards curiosity. It will move towards wisdom. It will move towards creativity. So the first step in every spiritual way is to abide by the moral law, is to follow these rules. Of course, you can go ahead and question them, And so do many sinners. But this universe has a way of converting the biggest sinners into the biggest saints. And only when you sin you will understand that this moral law actually is real. That the moral knowledge that you have been taught is not just to impose it on you. There was a reason for it. There was wisdom behind it. And you'll taste the effects of the moral law that govern our psyche, that govern our minds. Now, if you look at it now from this perspective, if you look at every sin, and if you try to analyze the effects of this sin, you will see how each and every sin affects your mind in a way. Now, first, let us see how tranquility can be sustained. Now, when you glimpse tranquility, this can happen when you are in meditation. You can glimpse tranquility for a moment, but if you try to sustain it, if you want to keep it growing, if you want to make it everlasting, then you will find that making it everlasting is difficult when you are committing certain actions in your day-to-day life. For example, if you are meditating and if you have a habit of smoking, then you will see that smoking usually intrudes in your meditation and it takes you away from tranquility. It makes you think a lot, it makes you stressed out. If you are drinking or if you are gossiping or if you are lying, you'll see that your meditation is disturbed. There are obviously higher kinds of sins that people commit that lead you towards complete psychological trauma. Now, it is important to actually glimpse, for a moment at least, a way and a way of life that can help you, that can make your mind understand that there is tranquility in this life. Now that can happen when you meditate. So meditation is a shortcut for a lot of things. Meditation can help you break these habits. Meditation can help you understand why certain habits are making your mind very chaotic. So understand that sins have their effects and they can affect you in a very wrong manner. They can affect you in a psychologically traumatic manner. So be away from sin. Even though some of you may not understand this is a wisdom that can only come from experience or be away from sin.